Hi, Math 09X students. I'm your teacher, Carrie, and I want to give you a little bit of direction on how to log into MyLabs Plus for the first time before our course starts and give you a little overview of how to navigate once you get there. So if you've never taken a course in MyLabs Plus with us before, you may not see this tab in your My Heartland until about maybe the Wednesday or Thursday before classes start. So if you don't see that right now, don't panic. It just has not appeared yet because the course isn't available yet. It's still being created and made for you. If you have had a course with us before, then you'll see this MyLabs Plus still tab and it'll be there. Click on MyLabs Plus down here. And what that should do is open you up to the MyLabs Plus program. You will only see one tile, maybe two. I see lots of tiles, as you can see, because I can see all of the different math courses at Heartland. So you should only see one or two, and it should have my name on it. If you see your old course from the spring or from another year, make sure you don't go to that one anymore. Go to the current one that has my name on it. Once you enter there, what it should open up to you on is the announcements page, the student version of the announcements page. So again, this is for the summer of 2019. Make sure you always check there. Take a second. There's a reason why we have this pop up first. Take a second to check what any new announcements might be. This is updated by our Associate Director of the Math Success Center. So she will leave notes here giving you tips for different things that are coming up weekly, like if the summer is starting, she'll give you some tips on how to get started, or if we're approaching midterm, or if we're approaching finals. And she also updates you here every week where you should be in order to be on track and gives you all kinds of different information. So always take a second to check what the new information is there. Then, of course, if this is your first time in Math 09X, please go to the Start Here tab and watch the video that has been left here for you for getting started. And it kind of lays out how to get started in the program. And there's some other important info on that page, so take a minute to look through that. The next tab in here is the Schedules tab. So this is the summer session for 2019. So you can see what the Math Success main campus hours are. So for this summer, we are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to noon. And then we're closed for a gap there in the afternoon. No one seems to want to come do their math between those hours. And then we're open again in the evenings from 4 to 7. We do have a Friday, a couple hours from 10 to 12, and then we're closed Saturday and Sunday. Next door to the Math Success Center is the Testing Center. It's got a few less hours, but whenever it's not open, you can always test in the regular room. During high traffic hours, we try to have a second room open for testing just so that it's a more quiet area and more secure for you guys to take your tests. But really, you can test any of these hours. If you would like to test at either the Lincoln or the Pontiac Center or would like to drop in there, then you would want to contact them and see when they're going to be open specifically this summer semester. And also you might want to contact me about how to go about getting a notebook check and doing some of these things that are easy to do on the main campus and require a little bit more effort to get those done on an extension campus. Then we have our Getting Help tab. So of course, if you have a question, if you're not sure about something, check this first. See if the question that you have is answered here, and if it's not, then by all means send me an email and I will respond as soon as I can. The next area is the gradebook. This is where you will go to check on any assignments that you've done to see what scores that you got. So if I click on this right now, nothing's going to show up because I have done no work for the summer session, so nothing shows up here. But you are able to review all of your submitted work you're on your own except your tests. So if you've done a homework and you want to review it, you can look at it here. If you've done a progress check and you need to review it, you can go here. The only thing you cannot review on your own is a test. So if you've taken a test and whether you passed it or not, if you want to look over it and see what you missed, then you should go to the Math Center and look over it with someone there. An instructor can pull it open for you and review it with you. So it's the only thing you cannot review on your own. I'm going to skip these next couple tabs. I'm going to look at those in another video to help you get a little bit started this semester. So I'm going to skip those for now. This next tab I want to look at is called the study plan. The study plan is basically a collection of, and again, we can't see it until the semester actually opens, but it's a collection of every problem in every module for the entire course, where you can just go in and practice it. But it's not on a homework assignment or not on a test. So if you're having trouble with a specific problem on a test, you can always go here to the study plan, look up that problem, and practice it here over and over again before you go back and try your test again. So it's just kind of not tied to any specific assignment, just practice, areas to practice. So when I communicate back and forth with you about questions on your tests that I want you to practice, this study plan tab is where I want you to go to practice those. Okay, then the next three tabs are for your course. So you're either in 91, 92, or 94. So whichever one of those applies to you, that's where you would go next. Please, please, if you are new to this course, if you have never taken an O9X course before, take the time to watch every video on this page before you ask a question, because most likely it's covered here. Even if you've taken the course before, there might be information in these videos that you weren't aware of. And I know a lot of us, it's a lot easier for us to take in the information via video than it is via reading the syllabus. So of course I want you to read the syllabus, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. But if you're more kind of visual or auditory, these videos cover a lot of that material. So we'll talk about what taking a placement test is like, or how you would go about doing that. What does it mean to take a module pretest, and how should you do that, and what prepares you for that, and what does it mean? What if you want to work through your module? How do you do that? What do you need to do? How do you prepare for and take a post-test? What about using a calculator? When can I use one? What type of calculator am I allowed to use in this class? And how do I know when I'm done? Because this program has multiple exit points. How far do I need to go, and what do I do when I get there? So all of that stuff is included on the first page for every course. So take the time to look at those. And then once you've kind of decided, because again, there are options, you can either pre-test modules or you may work through them. Once you decide what you're going to do, you'll start down your list. So for each module, there is an optional pretest that you can practice for and take to see if you can skip through that material. Or if you decide not to, or perhaps you take it and don't pass it, then what you'll do is you'll start down these lists. You'll work through the sections, watch videos, take notes, do homework, take a little progress check, which is a quiz. You basically just work your way down this list until you're ready to test. You come in and test, you pass your test, then you move on to Module 2, perhaps, if you are in Math 091. And then again, you may decide you want to pre-test out of this one, or you may work through it, eventually pass it, and then move on to Module 3. And you just do this same thing over and over again until you're finished. And then the very last couple tabs down here that you have access to are called Open the eText. So that's a way into your book. Your book is online and you've paid for it already. There are different ways to get into it, but this is an additional way to get to your book. And then some selected answers if you happen to be working problems out of your book. Okay, so that covers this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk very specifically about the very first assignments and things that you should do when you log into the course and when the course opens for the first time.